What's up, Union Arena players? This is Kyle D, better known as Universities, and today we're going to be actually covering a Union Arena event. It's been kind of dry spell, and that's why I kind of haven't been looking at the meta, because we kind of already have a good understanding what the events are going to look like. So without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it. All in all, guys, if you want, check out RideMyAvatar.com. This is a good space for you guys to get stuff you want to get, but they also have great blog information to tell you how to play the new deck that's coming out. Gives you a good representation of this is how you should be playing this, being ready to combo off. You know, the articles alone are a great way of using it, so check out Red Riot Games for the articles, because no lie, this is going to give you the best lineup and understanding of how the deck's going to be playing in the future, so definitely check them out. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace. So, taking a look at the Eggman events for the quad, you know, Sword Art Online WinaBox. They hit 62 players, 6 rounds of Swiss, best of 1. It all happened on one evening. So, 19 yellow One Punch Man, 8 purple code Geass, 7 blue JJK, 6 green One Punch Man, 5 red One Punch Man, 4 green code Geass, and 13 others, which, again, why aren't you just telling us everything at this point? Because, again, I would like to know what the other 13 are. Just having this blank space is sad. You know, top 8 was 2 yellow Punch Man, 2 green code Geass, 1 purple code, 1 green One Punch Man, 1 blue JJK, and 1 green Bleach. This is now proving one thing a little bit for a bigger event on scale here, is that you need to take in the account that purple code Geass is still doing extremely phenomenally well. Being even just the one deck represented to take the first means very much a very good pilot, but also the deck has a lot going for it. You know, yellow One Punch Man is still fantastic. It's starting to prove that even in our meta, it's something to be reckoned with. And again, a lot of players are looking towards this as a good information point, but the problem comes down to is if we don't have enough of these larger scale events, the player base doesn't actually stay long term. So again, these rare battles that are happening are nice, but you definitely need those player base with the big events, prizing, everything like that really drives the community forwards, and it allows people to grow and play how they want. Being as the WinaBox is a option, this does help out the player base in a way that we want to see. So taking a look, purple code Geass, yellow One Punch Man, and everything like that. Let's just see where it goes. Now, first off, let's take a look at purple code. You guys haven't known for a while now. It seems that players have taken in the idea of just playing 3 United States of Japan. This isn't the first time this has popped up, but they are playing the Ogi. Ogi has been popping up in the list a little bit just to compensate with C2, because it kind of just does the same thing, but at least you don't lose the body, right? So at least with Ogi being the back line, you know it's always going to be generating 2, where you don't have to worry about C2 kind of just dying off afterwards. So it's what's really interesting is they are playing the Searcher Colin. Yeah, I get that you want to find your pieces, but at the same time, I feel like you bottom deck way too many of your good pieces to actually keep this consistent. But great job having this in your list, and it does prove that you did extremely well being the only purple code. Now, yellow One Punch Man, there's been a debate back and forth. Is it better just to play the Hellish Blizzards or not? You know, it seems like this player did extremely well, getting second place with it. You know, being able to draw cards, especially in yellow, is one of their fundamental weaknesses. But with Hellish Blizzard, it kind of tries to alleviate that stress by having a raid target that will guarantee you drawing 2 cards. Again, that can lead to being something really useful, because if you combo it with hero well times and stuff like that, you can extend your plays extremely well. You know, being able to look for the top 4 of your deck, reel up to a yellow card with 3 or less energy requirement among them, add it to your hand, then place the remaining cards from your hand into the sideline, then place 1 card from your hand to the sideline, place the remaining cards at the bottom deck in any order. If your real card is an event, place it in reveal if the reveal card is an event, place it in your sideline instead. Well, again, you're not going to be revealing your options. You're trying to basically set up with, you know, getting Saitama in and punching him great amount of damage. Again, the deck is super strong. Those 10Ks are threats in their own right. You know, here's a more classic stack list. They are playing the Silver Fang for that draw ability. Well, being able to, you know, return to add that early aggression, which is what this deck wants to kind of do, is just punch through a little bit, which does help out. Now, again, green Saitama is hit or miss on players, and this deck pops in and out, and I think this deck's going to stay for a long period of time, so don't expect this to disappear off the face of the earth. Once we get Sword Art Online, I think we're just going to have a lot going on. Saitama is just really powerful, and it plays slightly differently than what you normally come to expect with your, you know, one punch decks. Now, taking a look, you do have Lancelot taking in with green. This deck has been kind of popping in and out of the meta. Like, it shows up for locals and scenes like that where you expect them to, but for bigger events, sometimes it's kind of that one of road deck that kind of appears in, but the abilities that it has is what brings it to its strong points. You know, you have, you know, both Lancelots are extremely powerful threats, even without raiding them. If you slam down this thing, it's double damage punching in your face. And a lot of players don't have answer responses early enough when your deck generates a lot of energy pretty quickly. You know, this is why the Cornelia mech is in here as well. This thing allows you to apply pressure because, again, you just slam it down. It'll be able to eat some of that early damage that you're really not wanting to take for a bit, and it just adds up to a very phenomenal start. This is a card that's kind of hit or miss with a lot of players because, again, yes, it generates 3 energy on its own, but you have to discard a card in your hand to do so, and doing so sometimes sets you back. But if they are very comfortable with this, it's a good target choice. Now, again, the Kento Namami list taking that lead. So they are playing a split of Divergent Fist and Radio Technique Collapse. I don't know if that's the right call, to be honest with you. I do like the Panda because, again, being able to soak up a little bit of damage from the impact group that does keep appearing left and right in the game is nice, right? But again, a lot of decks have answer responses to these things, and it's really annoying. So stuff like this is vitally important to take into account. You have like Sukuna's Fingers, you have Sukuna itself, and Kento Namami being able to suspend, rest something. But again, I don't know. Sometimes it's that weird ideology, right? Because I definitely feel like there's a lot faster decks, and the Kento list kind of slows down a little bit to try to play catch up with it. But again, it's all players' perspective at the end of the day. Now, again, Green Toshi is a list that most players have written off the format so long term, but in a yellow base format with none other than, guess who? You're guessing right. You're guessing right, with yellow Saitama and green Saitama being able to lock down the energy line and lock down the characters. It can lead to being something good because now you don't have to worry about Saitama punching you in the face. And that 10K hurts. And especially against yellow, this deck kind of just laughs at it because, oh, I'm going to suspend your energy line. So those double Saitamas that we're planning on, you know, moving to the front row this turn, next turn, ain't happening, bud. So again, this is the strength of Toshi, especially in meta dependency. We should definitely see Toshiro kind of make its way back into the meta very more comfortably once we get Volume 2 out. And again, this deck has a lot going for it. What's really interesting is they're playing Chojuro, which this character generates 2 until the end of turn by placing 1 card into your sideline. I get what they're kind of trying to do. It adds an earlier Unohana possibly, which is a good possibility. But they also are playing Shinji, Hishigai. I'm going to botch names. Draw a card, then place one card from your hand into the sideline for when attacking, which is not bad for early aggression, especially because if you need to start filtering, drawing card, discarding, draw, discard, draw, discard, draw, discard. It's like having Ritsu Unahana in the list that kind of just help filter and getting into cards as you need as well. Well, you're not filtering, it's just when play, draw a card. Now, then the final list is playing one of the patch trailer. So, but they are playing Charles Z Britannia. So this card is hit or miss for a lot of players as well. This card is a choice because, again, if you hit, you know, your live after playing Charles, this is ridiculous because now you get full free value out of it, and Charles is just digging you faster. And being able to set up and just be able to extend and get your stuff going and being live the whole time is fantastic work. So again, it's hit or miss on players' choice on this. So I don't have an issue with Charles. It's just a tech choice of your choosing. But all in all, I think a phenomenal turnout, and definitely check out Egman Events. He does do this at a semi-regular basis. The only reason why he slowed down just a tad bit was because of Worlds. So he should be back on a regular schedule, but definitely worth checking out. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.